Being a mother is generally never easy, and things are only bound to get more complex if you're a celebrity with tons of people to spread rumors about you. On the road to motherhood, Janet Jackson hasn't had it easy, and in today's video, we're going to be telling you why. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, Janet Jackson may look like a happy mother at the age of 50, but she struggled a lot to get there. She went through 3 failed marriages, and there are a lot of fake rumors. Her dreams of motherhood first took root when she was in a relationship with all the famous singer, James Burridge. Being young in love, she married him in secret, and to her 18-year-old self, it looked like a fairy tale because she thought of nothing can go wrong. They were innocent, carefree, and completely obsessed with each other, and every day felt like a dream. Thus, dream was shattered when James turned everybody's bleak with his drug addiction. In one of her interviews, Janet Jackson said, "It was subconsciously like I'm always attracted to men that do drugs." The look on her face when she said that was absolutely heartbreaking. After that, her dreams of having kids with him absolutely were destroyed because she didn't want them to grow up to be in a toxic household. She also said that James used to fight her when she found the pills hidden around the house and she tried to flush them down the toilet. As a result of all of this, she started taking birth control pills and reluctantly gained some extra weight. And the media did with all its blast. It turned the whole situation into the most ridiculous rumors and said that Janet was carrying somebody else's baby, and that was the reason she never announced her pregnancy. Once she got back into her original shape, the media started spreading the news that she had a baby girl, who is now being raised by her eldest sister, Rebby. If that wasn't enough, they weaved all kinds of unbelievable stories about Janet's love life, to the point that she had a nervous breakdown. This was where the things started going downhill for the couple that was once so madly in love. She was very hurt and shocked by all the rumors about her, and her husband's behavior only got worse by each passing day. There was nothing that she could do to fix the mess that has been made. As she was making progress with her music and was getting one hit song after the other, she had the reason to believe that she was finally getting her life back together, and she was in charge of it. But in reality, it was her husband who had full control over her and what she did. Needless to say, she felt suffocated. Finally, Janet decided to put the end to the marriage that haven't even lasted a year. Yup, all the drama mentioned earlier happened in less than 365 days. Talk about having a difficult life. By the end, she was completely exhausted and often felt lonely, but her love for music and her dream of becoming a strong, independent woman kept her going. She worked harder and harder, so when one day she decided to make a new family, she could give them proper care and safety for their children. This is when she met Rene Alonso. Rene helped her flourish as an artist and was always there to back her up, but he always made sure that he advised her to stay strong on her own. In one of her interviews, Janet Jackson said, "Rene was very funny, and we always had a lot of fun together. He was very, very charming." And after allowing that, she allowed herself to get charmed by him. For more than 10 years, he filmed their life for the sake of beautiful memories. Even his very romantical proposal was filmed on camera, so he could keep it and relive it the moment for years to come. No wonder Janet thought it was gonna last forever. Her time with Rene felt surreal, and she never had someone more happy in her life. She decided that it was time that she wanted a baby with him, and they started their little family. On being asked how many children she wanted to have, she said, "I want as many children as he'd like to have." And while laughing, she added, "I'm probably going to regret ever saying that." So it's obvious that they were friendly enough with each other to joke about things and laugh about it every now and then. She started to trust him. If only she'd known how badly he was going to treat her in the next coming years. Instead of being a loving husband and a good friend like he was before, he ended up making Janet nothing more than a sex icon. The star, who was previously shy to even come up to the stage, was now being seen naked on the cover of Rolling Stone with Rene, holding her breast, even though she did not like it as much. The reality of all soon came crashing down on her. Just like her precious husband, Rene started controlling not only her public image, but her personal life as well. She spent all those years trying to get those traumatizing years out of her life, only to be reminded of them again. He constantly commented on the way that she looked, and how she should have been doing looking for herself instead. He always told her how she should dress, where she should go, and how she had looked at her music videos. Otherwise, people won't like her anymore. You have to look like your video. When you go out, you have to look this way. You can't go to the movies. People are going to see you. You don't look like yourself, he used to tell her. The worst part that soon, Janet started believing his words once again, fell victim to the authority of toxic men. Not only that, but Rene started becoming dependent on painkillers as well. She so much wanted to become addicted to them and couldn't survive without them. For Janet, it felt like that she was having terrible flashbacks from her previous life with James, and things got so overwhelming for her for obvious reasons. Suddenly, there was a realization that her second marriage was over, and the sad thing was know that they're no better than the first one. No matter how hard she tried, things just never never seemed to get right. She even started telling herself that she was cursed and unlucky. Despite going through so much, she never played the victim and bravely went through the divorce, putting her dreams of motherhood and children on hold once again. She never gave up on her dreams though. Some part of her believed and loved and hoped that somebody will be able to experience with it. She said that she wanted to be in love with the right person, somebody who truly cared for her and didn't treat her as a puppet. It was only decades later when she found a man she could trust enough to have a child with. So who is this lucky guy? Well, he turned out to be a businessman from Qatar named William Alamna. They got to know each other first and then decided to tie the knot in the low-key wedding ceremony not long after. She made sure that her fans were the first one to know the heartwarming news of her pregnancy because they have been through with her a lot. And of course, being pregnant at 50 came out on its own set of hardships and challenges, but there were people who truly cared for her, including her husband, and stood by her side at all times. She refused to listen to anybody who tried to criticize her for being a mother at her age, for she knew that she has been through so much to see it happen, and she was not going to let anybody ruin this for her. In her interview, she said, "I was 50 when I had my first baby. Everybody told me I was too old. I told everybody it was bullcrap." She finally stood firm on her ground and didn't let anybody overwhelm or manipulate her, all for the sake of her child. The whole process wasn't easy for her, of course, but she decided to stay strong and kept trying. She had gone through many medications, went to different doctors all over the world, and got an injection almost every day, but she didn't let it get to her. Janet said that she refused to give up hope in the hardest of times, and because of that today, she has a completely healthy baby boy. Her lifelong dream of becoming a mother finally came true when she brought Isaac into the world, and 6 months after the birth of her baby boy, she was back to living her life, this time having to work for both her superstar career and motherhood simultaneously. Sadly, not after long that, she separated with her third husband as well, but this time, she had the love of her son to get her through. Click of any of the 4 videos on the screen right now.